and welcome to this episode of The Maine. My name is Lauren Lane, and I'm going to be your host. Today we're going to talk about divisions in America, alternate Halloween ideas, and October Tech. But first, BG Stampede and The Maine teamed up in order to surprise seniors who were nominated by you.
My name's Lauren Langeman.
I'm Becca Larmer.
And I'm Melina Meisinger, and we are your senior MCs.
Welcome to this month's Senior Shoutout.
We're going to be going to some seniors' doors and surprising them. Come along.
Wait! Hey guys, we're here at Brendan's house and we're super excited to surprise him.
Wow.
You are nominated for our senior shout out. And what that is, yeah, so one of your friends or one of your peers, they nominated you because they thought you've been doing great in school or that you're a great guy. Some things that they said about you is that you're a stand-up guy, you always have something nice to say, and you always have a smile on your face.
Congratulations!
Just got you a little gift. We hope you have a great senior year.
Thanks, I really appreciate it.
Yay!
We're about to go surprise Aisha. Here's your little gift from us. Of course. Surprise! You're the senior that we're going to be celebrating. So Aisha always works hard and chooses to look forward when she encounters a struggle. She never fails to find the strength to get up and keep going after feeling down. She is beautiful both inside and out. Aisha, you have been such a great friend these past years, and you've supported me and my passions. You always remind me of my worth, even when you aren't sure of yours. So I want to tell you this. I wish you with my whole heart that you enjoy college and go where you're meant to be. You're enough just as you are. I love you. Aww. Thanks for joining us on our first senior shoutout. Bye! That was great.
A special thanks to our MCs for helping us out, as well as Dr. Eccles for the gift cards, cups, and shirts. If you want to nominate a senior, go to MVHSMane on Instagram and nominate them there. Next, we have an insightful look by Josh Munson on the divisions in America.
Political polarization, or the division amongst Americans, has been on the rise for many years. But 2020 has felt especially polarized due to issues such as the coronavirus pandemic, Black Lives Matter protests, Supreme Court nominations, and the election.
And there's absolutely no question, Josh, that there is a political divide in this country. The country is very partisan. You know, it can create challenges and it can create, problems.
I would say yes. I think that there are many families in the United States that really can't talk about politics anymore. And that's kind of sad. And we can't necessarily do that without yelling or without screaming. And I do think if we take a look at some of our cable news networks, there is that fueling of hatred back and forth.
I think it's actually probably one of the biggest problems because it's actually keeping us from doing a lot of the things that we really want to do. We can't actually push and make progress on any of this. And I think that that's probably due to the divisiveness that we see today.
Political polarization is not new to our society, but it has gotten worse. This graph shows how the political divide based by party has grown over the last 20 years.
And I think what's fueled that in addition is social media and how anyone can post anything they want on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, true or not true.
I see this a lot where it's like, okay, if you are Republican or if you're, a liberal, unfollow me right now. I think those are really toxic, I guess, and they're not helping at all. And you'll never understand or learn it. Even if your objective is to change someone's mind, that's not going to help. You need to try and understand what they're thinking and what their beliefs are.
I think it's this dogmatic ideology from both parties that the other is diametrically opposed and that you would never want a Republican government or a Democratic government. I think that this is actually one of the biggest things that has kept us from actually making any change or actually uniting as Americans, right?
If you're one of those people that's gonna stay in your bubble other than leaving a hate comment, you're not gonna fix a problem. But if you're gonna be someone that's like, I don't understand why you believe this, can you help me understand? If you just have that open mindset, you know, everything would be a lot better because you'd be willing to learn rather than, you know, the only objective you have is to change someone's mind or to like start a fight.
I think that that is something that we all really do need to work on, is that when you're having a discussion, your goal should be to discuss and learn from the other side and not really to win an argument.
I think that if we learn to shy away from that and to say these aren't what define politics anymore. The things that define politics now are the issues that we care about and the people who we're voting for.
And I'm hoping it's going to be kind of a new generation of voters that are just going to say, hey, we're sick and tired of this, and we want to have a system that is civil, and we want to have a system that is just, you know, being polite to the other side and making sure that we listen. But I think we have a little ways to come to get that change.
For the Maine, I'm Josh Munson.
Next, let's hear from Roshini about how trick-or-treating will be different this year.
Perfect.
Trick-or-treating is going to be a little different this year, meaning there will be a few slight changes to our usual Halloween festivities for it to be beneficial to everyone. This year, the trick-or-treating window has extended from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. in an effort to reduce the density in neighborhoods. As always, trick-or-treaters must wear masks at all times, and families are encouraged to mark their sidewalks or driveways in order to maintain the 6 feet distance. This year, it's encouraged to trick-or-treat with only family or people you live with, and not with friends.
To gain the perspective of the majority of trick-or-treaters, I sat down and questioned a couple of kids to see what their opinions were on this year's Halloween, and whether or not they'd be participating.
No, because there's the coronavirus is hiring, like, you know, getting high. No, how do I say that? Getting higher, and we want to be safe than getting the coronavirus.
Well, no, because the COVID is rising and the numbers have gone up a lot, and US have gone over 200,000 deaths, and cases are just flying. So we need to be safe, wear masks, have distance, and maybe in the next 5 months the pandemic could go down if we follow these procedures.
In addition, Aurora is providing signs to inform trick-or-treaters whether your house will be participating or not. Simply paste them on your door for all to see. You can find them on the website auroraillinois.org/Halloween. These will also be handed out at the Aurora Customer Service Center, 3770 McCoy Drive, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. For the Maine, this is Roshini Ostrid.
Many people aren't going to risk their health to go trick-or-treating, but here's some ways that we can make Halloween possible and a bit safer this year. Trick-or-treat alternative number 1. Find medium-sized skewers and tape various pieces of candy to them. If you want, you can even try and tape 2 or 3 pieces of candy to each stick, depending on its length. Put them in the grass throughout your front lawn. This way, kids can walk by and take one stick, which minimizes contact with other pieces of candy or the candy distributor. Trick-or-treat alternative number 2. Find a bare wrapping paper tube or tape multiple toilet paper rolls together. Decorate it however you'd like. You can use an endless variety of items like construction paper, pipe cleaners, or glitter, depending on what you prefer. You can tape it to something slanted with the ends uncovered and accessible, or hold the tube on top of a trick-or-treater's bag and drop candy through it and maintain your distance. Be creative this Halloween and stay safe. For the Maine, this is Zara Salim.
like the Maine and want to be a part of it, take media and communications class or email your counselor to find out more. Technology is constantly changing and evolving. Let's learn about the new tech coming out in October.
It's been a very chaotic month for tech, with so many new products being announced and released. To start, Apple revealed their iPhone 12 lineup and 12 Pro lineup at their event on October 13th. Alongside Apple's primary phones this year, they are releasing the iPhone 12 mini, which is claimed to be the smallest, lightest, and thinnest 5G phone on the market. In contrast to the iPhone 12 mini, Apple is also releasing the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which has the largest screen yet on any iPhone. The 12 Pro lineup has updated the iPhone's cameras with the addition of a LiDAR sensor for improved AR functionality.
LiDAR stands for light detection and ranging, and it measures how long it takes light to reach an object and reflect back.
Despite not having 120Hz refresh rates or fully removing the notch, overall this year's iPhones are a solid upgrade to last year's iPhone 11. Next up, AMD announced their Zen 3 architecture in their new CPUs, which is stated to be a major step up from the previous generation.
Higher frequency, higher instruction per clock, with design improvements across all of the CPU components, and lower latency on top of that.
As far as we know, Zen 3 will be in 4 upcoming CPU models from AMD, all releasing November 5th, 2020. Oculus released the Oculus Quest 2, their second generation wireless VR headset that has many popular titles such as Beat Saber. Interestingly enough, Facebook mandates that you have an account to use the device, which may be discouraging to some consumers. While that is just a brief look at some of the major tech news this month, as we approach 2021, there will certainly be more tech to look forward to. For the Maine, I'm Owen Harry.
The Maine is here to give you weekly sports updates. On to you, Patrick Farmer.
Hello, I'm Patrick Farmer, and this is your weekly sports recap. Starting things off with the MLB, the Los Angeles Dodgers won the 2020 World Series on Tuesday, beating the Tampa Bay Rays in 6 games. Corey Seager was named the World Series MVP after an amazing performance throughout the series, marking this the first championship since 1988 for them. Our next topic is our hometown Chicago Bears. The Bears took on the Los Angeles Rams on Monday night, which was a showdown between two of the best players in football, Aaron Donald of the Rams and Khalil Mack of the Bears. However, Donald and the Rams would get the best of the Bears with a final score of 24-10. With this loss, the Bears moved to 5-2 on the year and second in the NFC North, only behind the 5-1 Green Bay Packers. All in all, it was a great week of sports, but that will conclude this week's episode of the Weekly Sports Recap.
That's all for this episode. If you want to see more, go to matiamedia.org and click on the Maine. From all of us here at Broadcast Journalism, stay connected and stay safe.